there, everybody. Welcome back to Around the Ropes for this Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 edition. You guys know who I am. I am joined, as always, by the Timu Damian Priest, the one, the only, Jay. Jay, how you been, brother? What's going on?
Ooh, yeah. Weapon time.
We have a lot to get to because, of course, we're on the road to WrestleMania.
Jay's doing good. How's everybody doing? How you doing, John? What's going
I'm doing
on?
good.
How was Valentine's
Valentine's Day was
Did you
good.
have a good?
Yeah, Valentine's Day was good. We went out.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, Jay, I think you may be
Don't
on a
worry,
little bit
folks. We're still here.
It's live radio, folks.
John?
But if you guys want to watch, comment on anything we're talking about tonight, definitely you know how to do it already by this point. Can you not hear me?
I can't hear you, but do you hear me?
I can hear you perfect. Maybe slide out and come back in.
It's all right. I'm sure John got some lovely stories for us to share.
But no, like I said, Valentine's Day was good. I want to give a shout out before we go further to A&G Steakhouse over in Westbury for a phenomenal.
Oh, you went to a steakhouse?
Phenomenal.
I went to a steakhouse too.
Oh, which one?
I went to Del Frisco Double Eagle Steakhouse in Rockefeller Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we went out in Westbury. Wasn't bad, honestly. The one thing I like about this place
is bad.
A little pricey, but that's what happens on Valentine's Day weekend.
I never paid $20. Never paid $20 for a drink, but Jesus, wow.
What I will say though is definitely if you're in the Westbury area, definitely go try out A&G Steakhouse. It is right over
Del Frisco and Rockefeller.
Del Frisco, that's another one you definitely can go try. But I know A&G, just for people who are watching who are on Long Island who may not know where it is, if you go where Cozumels is and Chili's is, right by Roosevelt Field, right by the mall, it's right over there.
Okay.
The salad bar, there's so much I can talk about that place. But again, we're not a food show.
And what did you get for Valentine's?
I got the opportunity to spend a lovely weekend with an amazing woman.
Oh, there's always some gifts around.
Well, let me put it this way. Your boy's been working behind the scenes on some pretty stuff. And one of them I kind of mentioned last week. I'll kind of mention it again. Around the Ropes has an official sponsor now. A place called Simply Greens, which is out in the Coram area, which is out by me. It's a cannabis place. But they are now the official sponsor of the Around the Ropes radio show. So definitely stay tuned.
Didn't quite catch that.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. No, it's called Simply Green. It's a dispensary out by me, and they have a lot of good stuff. And obviously, in the next couple of weeks, you'll be hearing some specials that we have going on with them. Where if you mention that ATR sent you, you will be saving some money. But that will come up at a later time. This is something else that's in the works, but I can't reveal it yet.
That's awesome.
There's something else, though, Jay, in the works that I can't quite reveal yet. But I'll put it to you this way. If you've been a fan of the show for a while, and you've been a fan, actually, it's funny you mentioned fan of the show for a while, and David's name just popped up in the comment section. I'll get to David in a second. This one is big. I'm gonna put it that way. This one is gonna be a big one. I'll just put it this way.
Can't wait to hear it.
I'll put it this way. Where this place is, It never sleeps. Maybe that'll give you a hint of where I'm talking about.
Going for 5? Hashtag going for 5?
You have to wait and see. David Treming over on YouTube. It's always good when we see David Treming in the comment section. He goes, "Hey, fellas, great to see you. I'm 7 minutes late into the part." And David, it's all good, brother. Don't worry about it.
We're a little late, too.
You know what's funny, though? I was meeting with the sponsor today, actually, when I was taking care of all that. And I actually put David over. Yeah, when I put David over, I said, I don't know many shows that have a loyal fan base like we do. That every week. I mean, take somebody like David, for example. We talk about his David stays up till 2 o'clock in the morning, our time, to hear what we have to say.
That's crazy.
That's insane. So, David, again, you know, I always give you love and support. And David, by the way, be on the lookout. There might be some merchandise dropping pretty soon. That if we can get it shipped overseas, I'm going to be sending you one.
That's
of course, Jay, you're going to have one as well.
I could probably ship it for him because I'm a shipping manager, so I could probably ship it to him.
We'll discuss that. We'll discuss that at our weekly meeting.
Yes, lots to cover. A lot of stuff happening. Valentine's, pro wrestling, all of it.
Well, let's get into it. Obviously, we're a few weeks out from Mania, and we talked about this last week. Not so much from the ticket, and I know last week we talked about the ticket side of things, but from the actual in-ring side, how are you feeling about it?
Not feeling good. Not feeling good. And I think this is the first WrestleMania I would say that. I think there's a lot of problems in creative. I don't think they know what they're doing over there. And I see it every week Monday Night Raw. Funny thing is, I see it more on Monday Night Raw than SmackDown. I think SmackDown is one of the premier shows. But I'm scared, John. I think this is the first WrestleMania, and everybody that's watching, that I'm not going to enjoy at all.
No. I mean, here's the funny thing. They were talking about it today on Busted Open, actually, and they made a great point. If you go back to WrestleMania 40, you had the story of Cody and his, rise to the top, beating the bloodline, finishing the story. Yeah. 41, despite the fact of it having its issues, 41 had the retirement of John Cena. What's that story now? And the problem is the fact that we're talking about this, the midway point of February, we got the Elimination Chamber coming up next week. And then you're on the road to Mania. Literally, you got Chicago next week for Chamber. And then you have nothing until we get to Vegas. So my question to you is, I'm going to ask this to everybody as well. What is that story? Because like I said, you don't have Cody. You don't have that part-time wrestler coming back. And they already just did the Sal's retirement at the Rumble. So realistically, what is that story that's going to sink people in to want to spend the 2 days watching Mania either in Vegas or at their house? That's my question I want to bring up is
I think WWE is just heavily relying on CM.
Yeah, Jay, I think your service tonight is really cutting, and that's what we're trying to work.
Something to say? I don't know. We're having some technical difficulties, folks. A little technical difficulties here on our end, folks. We apologize. But
no, but what I was just gonna say though is
I don't know if you were finished talking, or should I just say what the story is? I think the story. Go ahead.
No, but that's my question. What is the story? Yeah, Jay, I think you're having Jay, my suggestion, can you go over your phone?
Rarely have technical difficulties.
I would say, can you go off your cell phone? for the?
I think I could go on my phone.
Try to go off your cell phone. It might help a little bit. As right now over at NXT,
It's hard
they are
to
doing
kind
it.
of hear. Again, we do apologize, folks. The technical difficulties that happened to us, but this is what Wrestlemania.
All right, guys. While we wait for Jay to come back, right now over on NXT, we have Tony D'Angelo cut a promo basically saying how he's going to take out. Interesting. Let me just see something here. Hold on one second, folks. Over in the YouTube comments, David chimed in here. Is the only thing I'm looking forward to, hopefully at Elimination Chamber, is if AJ Lee takes the IC strap off of Becky. Now, here's my question to you, David. Let's say they go down that road. Okay. Let's say they go down that road of having the belt off of Becky. Then what do you do at Mania? I feel like you have to do some sort of, and that's what we talked about this last week. I'm not surprised that they're doing this because let's be honest, you're in Vegas, you're in Chicago. I mean, you kind of had to have AJ and Punk kind of running things. I'm just figuring in my head they would have pulled an audible and had some sort of fugazi finish. And we're going to try this again with Jay.
We're going to try it again. Ooh, it's a lot better now.
Holy crap, it's a lot better.
And I'm in 4K. Ooh, ooh. But I didn't understand what you were saying. I think you were talking about what's the story. So go ahead. I'll let you continue.
Oh, yeah. But that's my question. Is, like I said before, when we had 40, it was Cody.
Yes, sir.
41 was the retirement of John Cena. What is that story for 42?
There is no story. I think they really relying on CM Punk and Roman Reigns to just make this one epic, spectacular, awesome match to see that we never saw before. But I'm not sold.
I mean, the one thing I'm glad, though, for one thing, is they're really hinting at Liv and Stephanie. Even though technically Liv hasn't announced yet who she's going to go after, but let's see, after the promo we saw last night, yeah, it's pretty obvious who Liv's going to be going after. Let's just call space on that one. But
pretty much
right now it's like there is no. And then David over on YouTube said, "What about AJ Lee taking the belt off of Becky?"
Maybe.
Because then David also chimes in here and goes, AJ said on Raw she wants to face the best on the roster, so Mania, why not have a fatal four-way if AJ takes the belt at the Chamber?
But they don't want to do that.
Hold on. Let's just play with this for a second here. Fatal four-way. More than likely, you're gonna have AJ. You're gonna have Becky. Mm-hmm. Who are the other two?
I think I'm gonna put Bayley in there.
What's the story though? What's the connection though?
Well, the story is she's been cut out of WrestleMania last year when she should have been teaming with Lyra and winning the tag team belts instead of Big Time Bex. That's the story. So you should put her in that match if it happens. All right.
And then who would be your fourth person?
You know, that roster's so not impressing me on Monday Night Raw. I honestly can't say, John.
Oh, I got two right off the bat. I think it would work out perfect.
Go ahead, shoot.
What about what's her face? What about yeah. Apparently she did mention Bayley and Lyra.
Yeah.
But I got one for you. Who was a former IC champion who held that belt for not that long and kind of had that shock of the year win.
I know where this is going. I can't. You really want me to say the name? Is that what's going on here?
I'm
Is
just
that
saying, I think if you
that
do
what's going on?
Maxine and Natalia or Natty as the other two, there's your fatal four way.
Could do it.
Because think about it this way. And there's a story there. Becky lost to Maxine. Maxine, as far as I can remember, she did get the rematch though, because that's when Natty
That you
turned
did.
on her.
Yes.
But she never got a true one-on-one though. Okay?
No.
So there's that component. The other component, the reason why I was saying with Natty is, if you remember, was it last week on Raw when she did the sharpshooter on the announce table?
Yes.
And who came out for the save?
AJ.
There's your story right there. You take Maxine, who, yes, she had her moment, never really got that opportunity. You take Natty, who is owed a freaking title at this point in her career. And then you got AJ, and then you get Becky.
You could do it. But let me ask you this, because we know that that's not going to happen, even though it's a great idea. Are you interested in seeing Becky and AJ 2 times?
Yeah, but the problem is when you have such a thin roster when it comes to women, and you know they're
Now,
going to
why
put on a
is
good.
that? Why is the roster so thin on Monday Night Raw, but on SmackDown it's great? And I don't want folks to tell me, well, it's 3 hours, Jay. Yeah, I get all that, but why is their roster, women's roster, way better than Raw's?
Because I think Netflix has more of a say in Mondays.
Well, if they have more of a say, they should have had Charlotte Flair on Netflix, right? She's a star.
They should have. Just going to go to the comment section here. David said you can throw in a dark horse and Natty.
Yeah. Natty. I'm all for it. But it's not gonna do it.
Because Robbins makes too much sense. But you know what's funny though? What's the one thing I always keep saying? You want to build the stars, build the future.
Yes.
Why not have? Oh, I hate to say this. Let's say you do that. Let's say you do that as a fatal four way. Okay, Becky, AJ, Maxine, Natty. Maxine gets the win. Give her WrestleMania moment.
Yeah, how many moments you want to give her? She had an MSG moment, for God's sakes.
Well, I'm only saying it for this reason. Because I go back to I go back to my argument.
You're a fan of her. You're a fan of her. You and Ray are a fan of her. That's what it is.
But here's my thing, though. You have to build the future. We always say with the men's, you got to start building with the women's too.
Okay, John, but you brought a very interesting point. I'm just going to step away for the fantasy match, which I think it's a great idea, by the way. And so does David and everybody else. But you say WrestleMania always has a story. I always recall from back in the day, there was always a story, right? Always a match with a story. Why is it that we're not getting it this year? Is it what do you think of creative? Like, do you think they're dropping the ball big time?
Honestly, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, the fact that the two biggest stories that we have are 6-7 weeks out from Mania is who's the masked man and the crate.
We're getting more questions than answers, but I mean, it's how many weeks are we out? 9 weeks? 9 weeks out to WrestleMania?
I think 7 or 8. We're pretty close.
Why is nothing being billed? Like, I'm seeing, I don't know. You and I talked about fantasy matches last week with Oba Femi. We love to see him with Brock Lesnar. Why is he just on every show, just chit chatting? Why is he fighting Kit Wilson this week?
Well, my thing is this.
I don't know.
I know a lot of times we tend to get the card for media tends to really get brought up after we get out of the chamber.
Right. I like this.
Oh, David. David.
Oh God, really? Is that what it is, David?
Yep, we're on breaking news. Breaking news.
Oh God.
Me and David Reynolds are on the WWE payroll. Breaking news.
Oh God. Oh
I
God.
just think the problem is because for so many years we always had that big return. We always
Yes.
had that part-timer come back. How many? It was what, 7 or 8 years in a row where we would get a part-timer in the main event of Mania.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're
let's
absolutely right. Yeah,
let's
absolutely
go
right.
back
I
here.
can't.
WrestleMania 27. Yeah, right, I'm going to go back to 27. You know, that crap show. What was the big story with that? Rock. 28. Rock. 29. Rock. 30 was Batista and him coming back to the Rumble.
Oh God.
31 was Sting.
Oh God.
32 was Hunter.
Hunter
I'm trying to
twice,
think.
right? Hunter twice
Yeah,
in 32.
trying to think. 33 was Goldberg, you know, Ray's favorite
Yeah.
wrestler.
That match was actually better than 20. But go ahead.
Yeah. 34, I mean, the big thing with that was Cena and Taker. That was a big one with that one, if you remember.
Yeah, for 3 minutes.
Yeah. At 35, I'm trying to remember what the big thing one was 35 was. And then 35 was the failed pin.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a good memory, bro.
Thanks. And then once you got to 36, that was the COVID Mania.
Yes.
I don't remember who main evented that one, or we forget who main evented that one.
I never forgot.
Big Show.
Yeah.
Big Show was in the main event of WrestleMania 36. Why? Because.
But you know, you're going through all these WrestleManias, and not once have I ever heard from you there was a story behind it.
No. Because they were able to
Isn't that
rely
crazy?
on.
I think that's crazy.
And then obviously 40 we had. Well, 40 is where we had the story with Cody, and I keep going back to that.
We could start that to 38. Let's start it with 38, right?
Yeah, 38 was Cody.
Comes back, fights Seth.
Yeah.
Then you have the story for 39 and 40.
Yeah. 41 was Cena's retirement.
So business was blooming, what? When was that? 2023, 2024? For Cody's story?
Yeah.
So business was at an all-time high, and now can you agree or disagree that maybe it just dropped drastically this year after Cena?
Yeah, but here's the problem. You don't want it to drop on the road to Mania.
It has dropped. What is so exciting that you're so excited for WrestleMania, this coming WrestleMania? What gets you excited?
Right now, just by looking at the match, I mean, right now, the only match we know of is Punk and Roman. It's the only match we know of right now. It depends. I think a lot of it's going to depend on where they go, going into the chamber and coming out of the chamber. Which is weird, though, because in the past, and I can't believe I'm actually about to give this guy credit on something here, but when Vince was running things back in the day, you knew what the stories were by February.
Exactly.
It was blatantly obvious. I can't believe I just gave him credit for something. But it's true, though. I mean, you look at it now, it's like, yeah. But I think also on the flip side, though, because of the fact there's so much uncertainty with Mania, maybe that's why people are so intrigued by it. It's because there's so much uncertainty. Because let's be honest, going off of what we've seen off TV, we're probably going to get Liv and Stephanie, without a doubt. After that, it's like, okay, then where do you go? You've done nothing with the U.S. title, really. I mean, yeah, you got Carmelo Hayes with it. Okay, great. IC title, what's Dom done with it?
Nothing.
Since Survivor Series, nothing.
Women's IC never defended.
No.
Till now.
Women's US occasionally gets defended.
Not defended. Not defended.
The tag belts, I mean, the tag belts are going to be the tag belts.
The tag belts are a joke on both brands.
But I think we said it last week, though. If you're WWE, I think it's time to merge the tag team division and just have one set of belts.
Yeah, I think they should put it in a ladder match at WrestleMania and just combine it. There's not a lot of tag teams. There's not.
No, and that's the thing, though. We talked about this last week. You got Motor City, but here's the funny thing, though. We talk about how bad the tag team division is. But when I sit there and I say, oh, yeah, you got Motor City Machine Guns, you got Gorillas of Destiny, you got the Lucha Brothers. These are teams that outside of WWE, people have on their Mount Rushmore of tag team wrestling.
There's a lot of teams. There's Faxium. There's Motor City Machine Guns. There's Johnny Gargano with no tag team partner. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but I just look at it as, you're this many weeks out from your biggest event of the year, and your biggest story you're going with is what got mailed to WWE in a crate.
That's the biggest story. That and the Masked Man. That's what's going into.
I have my issues. Here's my issue with the Masked Man situation. They just did that. And I know, Jay, before you say it, I know they've done, that wrestling is always, wrestling always is, this move was taken this time and this story was repeated this time. I get it. But you got to give a little bit of space in between. They just had the Masked Man thing go into Survivor Series.
Yeah.
And also it became Monster Day. So what are you going to do? A month later, let's do it again. Why? At least in the past, when stories got repeated, at least in the past, they were given time.
Can I just say that there are reports saying that the Masked Man is being played by the stand-in and Grayson Waller.
Yeah, well, because because here's the issue, though. Everybody knows who it's going to be. If you've been a wrestling fan for more than a cup of coffee, you can easily tell who the Masked Man is going to be.
Right.
Which is why I feel like that's going to go down as a disappointment. I hate to say it.
Okay, let's say they do all this to us, right? And then 3 weeks later, they say Braun Breaker will not return to after WrestleMania. What was the point behind all this? They're taking a real 50-50 chance here. In my eyes.
But you notice also, the Masked Man is only going after Logan Paul and Theory. You notice they're never going after Bronson Reed.
It's a big guy, man. I wouldn't go after Bronson Reed. You tear me apart.
I'm more intrigued by the box than I am by the Masked Man.
I'm more intrigued by my steak that I ate this past Saturday than what I'm watching last night on Monday Night Raw. Okay, it's crazy. I never experienced the road to WrestleMania like this before, John. I never. I was never taken out. I am literally taken out of WrestleMania. I get excited for certain superstars that I see weekly, yes, but what are we doing? Where are we going? Are we really going to get a triple threat with Drew? Really? Do I really want to see that? No.
I hope not.
Now, this is a question mark, John, because we watched Monday Night Raw last night. and we saw the main event, which was great. They finally did something right with Javon Evans. Jesus Christ! But Gunther lost that match. So what do we do with him at Mania? Because everybody wants Oba with Brock. So what do we do with Gunther? Who do we put him with? Who's left?
Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee is more like an Elimination Chamber match, not a WrestleMania match. Who are you gonna put him with? Right? The question is
Well,
just boop, boop, boop.
I got
There's
one
so
for
many.
you.
Okay, shoot.
If we're going down this retirement tour with him, obviously we know he retired Styles already.
Yes.
What about Rey Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio. In WrestleMania, you would pay to see Gunther versus Rey Mysterio? No.
What? Okay, but here's the problem though. What else are you going to do with him?
Exactly. That's what I was asking you and everybody here in the chat and everybody that's watching. What are we gonna do? The
I mean, the
the
problem.
the video behind him, it says career killer, okay?
Yeah,
So who's left? Ray, like, okay, Rey Mysterio. I like Rey Mysterio. I think he's awesome. But do I want to go to Vegas to travel to see Rey Mysterio and Gunther? No, I don't.
and
I watch
honestly,
it
if
at home.
anybody's going to retire Ray, it should be Dom.
You see, Dom got to defend that IC title. The question is, who is he going to defend it? I think you and me, I think last week we were in agreement that it should be those multi-man matches, right? Just
It should.
put a bunch of guys in there and
But I'm just saying
free
though,
fall.
if you're going to have somebody retire Ray, I think Gunther would be ridiculous. I know I'm contradicting myself because I always said 2 minutes ago that I would have him go up against Ray.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest. If anybody's going to retire Rey Mysterio, it should be Dominic Mysterio.
How about the person that should retirement that's getting the most money that we never saw on TV for the last 6 months? How about Santos Escobar? Yes, folks. I know it's a name that everybody totally dropped out of the earth, but he did resign WWE last year and he did get a big pay rate. Where is he?
Isn't he in AAA?
No, he should be here, right? I don't think he's in AAA. AAA is more like Dom and Omos and well, you got Vinkingo and you got that
No,
whole
supposedly
story
that's
down
I
there.
saw at the last show they did. He was the last he was there. It's
Oh
funny,
God,
we bring up guys who I feel like WWE dropped the ball on.
yeah.
Dark State.
Oh yeah, big time.
I just saw a match they just did with Cutler James versus Tony D'Angelo.
What channel is that? I try to go in my living room and put it on. It's not on USA. Well, what channel is it on?
CW.
Oh, CW. It's been a long time, folks. Jay watches NXT like hours later because he thinks some of the storylines there is blah.
But now I'm laughing though because now they're having Tony D'Angelo decimate these two guys from Dark State. And I remember sitting here on the show when Dark State debuted. And I was like, how can you take these guys seriously? And the funny thing is, you know what they did it for me? I'm gonna be completely honest. When Dark State lost their momentum for me,
When did they
was when
lose?
they lost the system
Okay, that's a good one.
at Slammiversary. When they lost
I think for me, I was taken out because they kind of remind me of Retribution of how they came out. So I was
Yeah.
a little taken out. The only person I was really, really, really interested in like and has potential is Dion Lennox.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, he had that gimmick. He was like Clark Kent. He had the
Yeah.
nerdy glasses. He hung out with the girls. He was book smart. But then when he was in the ring, he was like super strong and he could throw people. I think this guy has amazing potential to be at least a star.
Here's my excuse me. We got a comment coming from David.
Yeah, he's fire, man. I always liked him since day one.
I mean, I'll put it this way. if they actually did the right thing with Dark State and actually gave us a purpose about why we should be invested in them, maybe I wouldn't be so against. I'm not saying I'm against them, but how can you take these guys seriously? When they're supposed to be like, oh, we're taking over this division, and they're losing to guys like Tony D'Angelo in not even 5 minutes?
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing. It's funny because I always thought Sugar had more of the promo nailed down than everybody else. But, as Davis said, I think Deion Lennox just stepped up, got so many reps in the ring, and now he's just on top of Sugar.
Yeah, and I think when and if they break up, and we don't know that's going to happen, watch him become the standout guy. You see it every time.
Oh, man.
Factions break up, and you always see that one standout guy. I think for Darkseid, I think it's got to be
I'd rather see that than Vanity Project on my TV, okay? I'd rather see that. I know I'm a little behind, but I cannot stand this Vanity Project crap. Like,
I look at Vanity Project, and it's funny because I've seen them wrestle before when they were in the ball.
Yeah, and you said they were good.
Hold on, see. Oh wait, he's not even wrestling tonight. If you see the guy in the back, oh wait, no, he's wrestling. Sorry, no, left side, the guy with the yellow hair.
Yeah, the blue shirt.
No, the one who's coming up.
The other one. Okay. Yeah.
I saw him at Dynasty at one of his last indie shows.
Was he doing the silly gimmick he's doing now?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But the way I see what they're doing though with them is they're supposed to be like, they're this up and coming team that thinks, oh, we have the looks.
And how many times we've seen that? I seen that with Tyler Breeze, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, I actually we do have some. When we get into our indie talk in hour number 2.
Yeah,
there is a show happening out here. We spoke about it last week through Remarkable Wrestling. And they had to re-announce the main event, and Gabriel Sky will be in action. But when I tell you guys in hour number 2 who he's going to face, this is going to be a good
sorry.
one.
I think I have to walk away from my TV. I cannot watch this match. It's just like, man. I can't do it.
No, I get it. I thought you had a Pizza Hut thing, but
well, it's better than that.
Guys, we're going to take a short break here. Send it over to our friends over at Flow. And when we come back, we're going to get into some TNA talk. And we're going to get into some Elimination Chamber talk. And then now we're to indie talk.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back right after this. You are watching or listening to Around the Ropes radio show sponsored by Simply Green. We'll be right back right after this.
Dreams and crushing their opponents' hopes, like legends under the lights. In this arena.
And we are back here live on the Around the Ropes radio show. Ah, Jay, you there? Oh, okay. I guess Jay's dancing. Oh, okay. I see what happened here.
I'm still trying to learn the mobile StreamYard.
It's all good, but
But I heard from my wife there's a big outage on YouTube, so people cannot watch us. We do apologize, but it is true. My homepage on YouTube I cannot open at all. So I don't know if people are having technical difficulties, but by all means, you could always catch the replay of what we're talking about here.
absolutely. And you can also start catching the replay of the audio side things as well. That's gonna be coming back again.
Right.
Going back to the YouTube comments here for a second. David says, I got my eye on two names from NXT, Shiloh Hill and Jasper Troy.
I agree with Shallow Hill. I disagree with Jasper Torrey.
Well, people who may not realize, both of those guys came from LFJ.
Right.
And I don't know. I haven't seen. I feel like Jasper. They kind of plugged him into the speed division.
Yeah, because he's green as hell.
And Shiloh, with Shiloh, I like the character more.
I like Shiloh because he knows how to wrestle more than Jasper,
Yeah,
and he
no,
can talk more.
but I like the fact with him. I like the character though, where he comes off as like this video game.
And he takes off his teeth and he has superpowers.
Yeah, but that's funny. We're talking about with WrestleMania here for a second before we get into the other stuff.
Yes,
They've only announced one person from the class of 2026.
they really announced that. I didn't hear nothing. Who did he announce?
Stephanie.
Oh yeah, that was like what, last year?
That was not. But normally by this point, they normally would sit there and announce, at least some of them. But I just thought about it now, I'm like, wait, they haven't announced anybody.
Ron, what does this tell you going into WrestleMania? We have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, and your first Hall of Fame inductee, which is probably the main star to close it, is Stephanie McMahon. Oh,
And let's be
God.
honest. Oh, I got it. You know how you get butts in the seats? Shane McMahon inducts her.
Oh, God. I don't even think he should come back after what he's seen. Unless he could change everything and get Paul Levesque out of creative once and for all. That would be awesome.
No, if
That would be
anybody's
super
Paul
awesome.
if anybody's gonna get Paul out of creative, it's gonna be good old.
What? Let me ask you something. What do you think is hurting WWE? Do you think the Unreal show and how Paul Levesque is portrayed is hurting WWE?
I think it's a combination of that. And I think it's a combination of, if I'm being honest here for a second, of the fact of how much wrestling there is. And I mean, yes, partially it's also due to ticket sales. I mean, when your ticket sales and you're asking for $14,000 for a ticket.
But yeah, but John, check this out. I mean, I heard from everybody all weekend long. Vegas is down. Tourism there is down. You said it last week. It was 18%. It's not gonna get up in like 6 to 9 weeks. It's just not gonna happen. Now, like, look, you and I know this person very well, Greek Savage. Greek Savage has went to the last 3 WrestleManias, okay? And he went to WrestleManias before that. But 3 in a row. Jesus, this guy's awesome, right? He's not going this year. That speaks volume. That speaks volume.
I just want to just jump back for a second. Obviously, you guys can catch the replay of this later. You just said on air, that Vegas tourism can't get up and in 6 to 9 weeks.
No, it cannot. How? Don't tell me WrestleMania is going to do it for them. No, it's not.
No. You don't get my joke.
Oh, yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. I'm very heartfelt with this WrestleMania. It's hurting my feelings.
I am too, but when you said that, I'm sitting there going,
I gotta get excited. Listen, you told me the only thing what we should get excited for is a crate.
Because I only said that
Come
because
on.
they haven't done that storyline. I feel like the Masked Man, they just did it 2 weeks, months ago.
Okay, so who's in the crate?
Well, somebody did point out on Facebook, because people really don't have lives when it comes to the IWC. There's no holes in the crate, so it can't be a wrestler.
So what? It's a statue.
Somebody said they think it's Jericho's. It's like gifts of Jericho to management. But speaking of old Jericho, there, Fightful.com reported today that Jericho is still under contract with AEW.
Good for him. Don't even appear at WrestleMania.
Well, here's why they say that. Because when Tony Khan took him off of TV, because he was touring with Fozzy,
so he's adding time to that.
he froze his contract.
So good for him. I think he's doing Jericho a big deal by not, if that's true, not showing up to this year's WrestleMania, because it's gonna be a disappointment.
Well, let me ask you this though: if it's not Jericho in that box, who do you see? And I'll ask this to David and everybody else who's watching this: who should come out of that box that would get you excited? That you would sit there and say, "Holy crap! I got to go spend $8,000 to go buy a ticket for Mania," or "Oh shit! I got to go, take out 2 to 3 hours of my day to go watch WrestleMania because I want to see what happens here." Who would that be for you?
That's very hard because I do have some wrestlers I would like to see, but they won't make me drive or go fly a plane all the way to Vegas for WrestleMania. But it has to be somebody, John, and I truly don't know. I don't want to take assumptions, but it has to do something with Chicago. I think it has to connect somehow.
Well, I know a lot of people with Chicago are saying Jericho because of the fact
How
that
is Jericho in Chicago? How does that play out?
he debuted there in '99.
On Monday Night Raw, that was in the United Center?
Yeah, that was at the United Center. But here's my only question, though. Let's take Jericho out of the equation here for a second.
Okay.
If it's Royce Keys, the man who we don't know really how old he is right now,
And we haven't seen him on TV.
If it's him, would it get you excited?
No.
Let me ask you a question. What happens if it's somebody like Danhausen?
What a joke. But it makes sense for them to sign him because he's money. So his merch sales is off the hook.
That's why this could get very interesting because I think you're putting this much effort in.
Okay.
And saying, well, you're not going to open it till you get to Chicago.
Right. You brought something interesting. You said Jericho debuted at United Center in Chicago, Monday Night Raw. What is it, 99? Year 99?
Yeah.
Okay. He debuted there. Let's say it is Jericho, and they bring the crate out. At what point do they bring the crate out?
Main event.
How does that fit into the story that Punk is trying to tell Roman?
Well, wait, you talking about the main event for WrestleMania or the main event for
No, I'm saying there's a crate that's going to be at the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
How would it be presented to us? At what point of the 2, 3, 4 hour show will this be presented to us? At what point?
I think if you present it, when you present it, okay. Do you remember a couple of years ago when Bray Wyatt came back? And it was kind of a 2-part pop where the lights went out and, they didn't know they were still on air. And you started seeing, all the characters throughout the building. And then you heard you had the second pop and he came through. I think if that's the only way I think you can do it is main event closes out. You think, okay, we're about to, it's about to fade to black. All of a sudden, you see that box come out. And then throughout the arena, you see the list of Jericho. You start seeing like these little mementos. And then that's what you do. If it's Jericho.
Okay, let's say it's not Jericho. What other superstar, John, throwing your question back to you, will get you in the car or on a plane to go to Vegas.
Unfortunately, I don't think there is one because even if you do a Danhausen, it's like okay, great. You get that moment. Okay, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, whoopie-doo. What's next?
I mean, even if it's somebody like The Rock, okay, great. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's Rock or if it's Austin, you know it's going to get that pop. But it's like, okay, why?
Exactly.
That's my question is the why part.
I think creative is just, it's a mess.
You're throwing shit against the wall and hope something sticks.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Let's just call it what it is. I mean, I want to get into the Royce Keys situation here for a hot second.
Yeah, sure.
Last week, we didn't really talk about it. Reports came out that supposedly he lied about his age.
He lied about his age?
Yeah.
How old is he?
That he is actually 41.
He's 41 years old?
Yeah.
That's right, David. A winning plane ticket will get you to WrestleMania. Yeah, probably me too. Probably me too. Okay, but he's 41. He looks good. He's in great shape. The only problem is, what do we do with him next? So where do we put him in? Raw or SmackDown?
I think you put him in Raw. You have to. Raw.
But if I have the ruler there, do I want to put Royce Keys in the ruler?
Hear me out. I think if you do the ruler on Raw, and let's say he has the IC championship, there's your first feud for him, or one of your first feuds.
Yeah, you definitely can't put Oba and Trick on the same.
No,
You
but I
can't
can
do that.
easily see. I could easily see the possibility of like a Money in the Bank type of situation. Let's say Oba gets the IC title at Mania. Let's say he is putting that, and I could easily see the scenario where SummerSlam even we have it played out of Oba and Royce Keys very easily. I can see that.
Yeah, and it'd be a good match. I think it'd be a good match.
Yeah, I can easily see that without a doubt. I think that's something that I think people are going to have to. I think it'd be very interesting to see. But no, but as far as like something with Royce, honestly, I don't care if he lied about his age.
I don't care either. Like, who cares?
But that to me is the funny part when people are like complaining, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's saying how old he is." Okay.
So what? Well, how old is Punk? Just like,
Well,
come on.
I think the thing is though, is it means we're not gonna, okay, great, so we're not gonna get that many years of him. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just laughing, that this is how it's come down to. But again, this is pro wrestling for you folks.
So I was kind of looking up. I think you're right on the money with Jericho. They're saying that his tour stops on the 21st. The Fozzy tour, whatever.
I mean, I'll put it this way. If that's
So
the
it
case,
makes sense.
yeah, but then here's my question though. Let's say it is Jericho, okay? Are you bringing Jericho in for a marquee match at Mania? And if so, who's he go? Because think about it this way. By the time we get, hopefully by the time this reveal happens, okay? We already know Punk's going after Roman, or Roman's going after Punk. Let me rephrase that. Roman's going after Punk.
All right.
We know we're gonna have somebody going after Drew.
All right.
There's your 2 world heavyweight titles out of the picture. What do you do with Jericho then? You're not gonna put him with Gunther. You're not gonna build this all the suspense to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring Jericho back for a retirement match just quickly.
I honestly don't know how to book him.
That's what I don't understand. I mean, what's the other thing I can think of is maybe have him go for like a U.S. title, maybe.
Oh my God, that's like below like Jericho's.
I'm just saying. But here's my question: if you don't go a title match with him, what's the next option? What,
There
him and
is not.
Randy?
No.
Him and
What's the
LA?
payoff there? No. I
But you
wouldn't
said,
even put him at all. I see
but
your point. I see your point. But you said it clearly. You cannot ruin the two world heavyweight championship matches, right?
no.
We're gonna get a definitely one-on-one match, definitely for sure, 100%. CM Punk and Roman. The other one, it looks like a triple threat, right? Because I got to put Cody on the main event spot, or else he's gonna cry about it, right? The Cody crybabies are gonna take over Vegas again. But what
By
do
the
I
way,
do with Jericho?
hold on, Jay. You're gonna hate what I'm about to say.
I'm watching this NXT, and yeah,
But if I'm seeing this right, I think we have new number one contenders. If I'm seeing this correct, and I think it's Vanity Project.
oh god, I think so.
Interesting.
Oh god.
Oh, what?
Did that table just break before anybody jumped on it?
Oh, wait. I see what they did. They
That
did
is
the
so
same spot with Brad Baylor
I don't
that they did with
understand it.
Ethan Page last year when I accidentally got hit and and of course, next week it was announced. Tag team title shot.
Why do these guys deserve a title shot over the Culling? The Culling story was there for weeks after Izzy Dane won the North American Championship. They even cut a video package and saying that they're gonna go after the tag belts, and now they lose to the Vanity Project. It makes absolutely no sense. This is what I'm talking about of the creativity of NXT and the storylines. They just don't go together. They just go one way and then it goes left.
You know
It's
what's
like,
funny?
what are we doing?
You
And
know
what are
what?
we doing with Jericho? I don't want to pay $600-700 to go to Vegas to watch Chris Jericho. To do what? The list of Jericho? No. That was years ago.
You know what's funny though?
Oh.
If booked right, you know who I can see being a big name in NXT this year? Keanu Carver. He's another guy from the LFG world, but
I stopped watching LFG after season 2.
but he looks like somebody you don't want to see in a back alley. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, he looks it, but he's green. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a few years.
Probably WrestleMania 60.
Fighting for the US championship against Jericho.
Yeah, or Obafemi. But
Oh
we're
god.
gonna shift gears here because obviously, even though yes, we do cover WWE, we do want to get to some other stuff as well.
Yeah, there was TNA and AEW this past weekend.
Yeah, and AEW, I want to get to. I have a big issue with what they did.
Oh,
I
what
have
happened?
a huge issue.
What happened?
All
What
of a
they do?
sudden, and what I'm about to talk about is the TNT title situation.
Oh,
I think it's a load of bullshit and a load of crap that you have Mark Briscoe do this open challenge thing for the TNT title,
right.
and all of a sudden you have Tommaso Ciampa make his debut. Okay, fine, great. He's in AEW, wonderful. To then have Ciampa lose it a week later to Fletcher because so that he can get the hero's welcome in Australia. What are we doing?
We also seen that with the AEW Women's Championship as well.
Yes, but here's the thing though. At least with Chris, at least she had a little bit of time with that belt. Ciampa had like no time with that belt.
Can it be like the AEW just thinks that they get their hometown heroes more over if they have gold on them?
But that's what I don't understand. Why do and I understand you don't want to do Mark and Kyle for the 800th time. I get it.
Right.
Then why put Ciampa in as the transitional champion? I want somebody to explain that one to me.
Well, I just think that Tommaso Ciampa cannot afford his first loss to Mark Briscoe, especially coming into the company, leaving WWE. I don't get it. I don't. I think Tommaso Ciampa even though he lost the TNT Championship, had match of the year in Jay's book. That's number one match for me going into 2026. So I'm not getting it, but then again, Tommaso Ciampa looks better than ever in AEW than he did in
Yeah,
WWE,
no, I
even if he lost. So
but to me, why does it have to go? I get before the AEW sickos come after me. I
okay,
get it, okay? Kyle is the golden boy, okay? I get it.
a
But I feel like
long
the way
time.
Kyle Fletcher has come in the last couple months, the fact that he's still getting put with the TNT title, I think is beneath him. He is
It is.
somebody who right now we should be talking about him to the World Heavyweight title.
We should. Why is he not in it? Because we got the same old people going for it. Kind of familiar with WWE, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Same old people going for the titles. Drew, Cody, Drew, Punk, Seth, Punk, Roman,
the only thing that AEW has truly,
Truly V. Well, I don't know. I thought Grand Slam was a good show. I thought it was a good show.
I thought it was a good show. Don't get me wrong, but that just really stuck. That just really got me pissed off because I'm like,
I know.
Ciampa is somebody who, okay, fine. If the plan was never to have Ciampa hold the belt for a while, then why not go with somebody else who makes their debut, give them that win, give them their moment, and then okay, that would make sense for them to be their transitional champion. The other thing AEW has impressed me with lately is Orange Cassidy going back to his Pixies
Yeah.
entrance song. But my point is this though: Ciampa is somebody who we should be talking about in that TNT title picture. But I'm sorry, right now, the fact that he lost it this quickly, I can't look at him more right now than a transitional champion.
I could see how you take it. I don't think that's the case. I think even though he lost, I'm gonna say it again. It's best match of the year for me thus far.
Yeah, no, I completely agree
Tommaso
with that.
Ciampa, Kyle Fletcher, and Dynamite.
Then, as far as the other side, with Thekla winning the women's title, I
So
mean,
let me ask you: is it like promotions like so WWE when they have their hometown heroes, they get their butts beat until the very end they make this comeback and they win, right? And
yeah,
AEW books it the other way, like we're not gonna book it like that and they're gonna get beat our hometown heroes. We're gonna give them the gold and they're gonna go out and they're gonna look like studs and stars and they're gonna go and get the pops and everything. And is that how I'm seeing it? It's kind of like how I'm seeing it.
yeah, I think that's kind of how we're seeing it right now on NXT. JC Jade is coming out right now.
A person that should have been already in the main roster, still stuck down there.
Oh wait, she has a match tonight, I think,
He's
against
fighting.
against what's her face, Solruka.
Oh, for the title tonight?
I
That's
think it's
tonight.
tonight, or maybe it may be next week when they're in Atlanta.
Yeah, I thought it was in next week. I didn't know it was tonight.
Which, by the way, according to reports, I think they actually pulled that event from Atlanta.
Look, wild cards with Ricky Saints, all new Monday at 8 on the CW.
Oh, man. The other thing I will say from TNA quickly, the one thing that has impressed me a lot with TNA right now,
What is impressing you with TNA?
the system.
The
I like
systems.
how they are presenting them. I like how they're getting heat on them. I like how they're being made to look like, we are the biggest thing in this company. And you got Cedric Alexander, who before TNA was never taken seriously in WWE. And you got Bear Bronson, who, let's be honest, after his AEW run, basically changed his whole gimmick and has had a resurgence.
Yeah.
And now he's being made. I mean, they had it. Was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. They had the match. Him and Jeff Hardy, and he pinned Jeff Hardy. I'm like, you want to talk about a win? Pinning one half of one of the greatest tag teams ever. is not bad.
Yeah. Not
But
bad at all.
I like the way they're presenting them. They're presenting them as, okay, we might have been around for a while, because I know Moose said it in his promo. They've been around for 2 years now, and
Yeah.
I think now they're probably in the best position they've ever been in.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. There was some things I didn't like on the weekend and some I did. So yeah. I didn't get the women's rumble. That Elena Black gets eliminated really early is mind boggling to me. But okay.
That's TNA booking for you.
They book her so strong that she's the biggest signing and she gets eliminated super early. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But again, if you're gonna have me try to sit here and start figuring out booking when it comes to pro wrestling, I don't know what I'll tell you over.
I think you could do a better job than Paul Levesque.
I just think, you talk about the booking with TNA, I'm like, and I think here's the difference. Like, you look at TNA, for example. You look at that World Heavyweight title right now with Santana. You have so many guys gunning for him right now. You still got Nick Nemeth. You still got Eddie Edwards. Those are 2 guys right there. Let's throw in, I hate to say this, throw in a Bear Bronson, even. And throw in a Cedric Alexander. I could easily see that. I could easily see. You also got Frankie Kazarian. Those are 4 or 5 guys right there.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it that way, I think TNA is in a much better position right now.
They are, and their ratings are slightly improving every week, so good for them.
Just got to give it some time. But we're going to go to a quick break, go to another break. When we come back, we're going to get some indie talk, as VBW had a show this past weekend, which we'll get into that in a second. And also there's some news coming out of the world of Remarkable Wrestling in regards to the title. There's been a few match changes. But instead of going to our friends over at Flow, do we still have? No, we don't have the other one. Okay. We're going to have to do a combination. We're going to go to our friends over at Flow, and then we're going to go watch the most recent Wilson's Corner. Again, we'll be right back. Right after this, you are watching or listening to the Round Ropes Radio Show right here on the all-new ATR Network, powered by Simply Greens.
That's kind of easy. Yeah, because that's no snap meshes and gills so forever. And that that's all the back into kernel and slow button and shading it ever than the views can be like. Here's because my set. Weaver be logged out for your flungy easy win and that's not a large fish for a hot up as it will be. Now remember. Yeah.
Coliseum, fiery camp, standing tall through
we are back here live on the Around the Ropes radio show. As always, want to thank our sponsors from Simply Green. Definitely go check them out. 406 Middle Country Road in Coram, New York. If you have any cannabis, anything cannabis related, edibles, just go there. You'll get some really good stuff there. Oh, looks like we're getting a interesting showdown here. As Fatal Influence is attacking Saul Ruka.
She's got a good promo.
Hold on.
Got a very good promo.
Bam!
Whoa. This is nuts. I'm even more excited for the match.
I'm going to say this. Oh, jeez. Whee! Ow. I'll just say this right now. I still think one of them's going to turn heel.
I'm waiting for the payoff, and I think I'll finally get it in Atlanta.
I still think, as much as I hate to say it, I still think Zarya's be the one to turn heel.
Of course.
Just
You know
get-
what's crazy? That she gets a bigger pop in TNA no matter what match she has or day than she does in NXT.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
That's so crazy.
They actually showed a picture recently. I don't maybe from the Rumble. I don't remember where it was, and it was the NXT talent, and she specifically had a plate over her eyes because she wasn't in makeup, and she wants to keep her character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No makeup. She wants to keep her character.
Hey, I give her props. But let's get into some indie talk here. And mentioned last week, Remarkable Wrestling, which is a company out by me, is putting on a really big show coming up.
Okay.
On 21st, actually this weekend.
Oh, wow. That's like a few days.
Yeah. They're having the Rumble. Like they have their version of the Rumble.
Okay. Men.
But originally, it was supposed to be Tyler Breeze versus Gabriel Sky for the Remarkable Heavyweight Championship.
What happened?
Unfortunately, Tyler Bate, and this is according to Remarkable's Facebook page, has a family emergency that's not able to make it on Saturday. So in his replace, and now again, guys, you guys know I always tell you guys, go to the Better Wrestling Show. You never know who's going to show up. In his replace is current TNA superstar, the leader of Order 4,
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa. They say Mustafa.
The man who was in charge of Retribution is going to be on Long Island on Saturday.
How should we say it? Because WWE say Mustafa, right? And TNA say Mustafa.
I call him a guy. I call him a freaking great wrestler who I would call Mustafa.
I was always calling him Mustafa WWE. So I saw TNA. I was like, oops.
And it was also announced because Desmond Cole, obviously, in case people aren't aware, Desmond Cole put out a video Saturday, I think it was, that he has to take a step away from pro wrestling. That he has some medical issues that he has to attend to. And everybody here at the Around the Ropes radio show, we send our best wishes to the Big Boofa. Get well soon. And
get well, brother.
And then it was also announced that AEW needs the Rascals on Saturday for Collision. So making his New York debut is Justin Finn. Taking on somebody who may have a name behind him, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, first match in New York, and he's going up against Joey Janela.
Well, it's an exciting card. I mean, they got the Rascals there and stuff. That's
definitely, guys, go check it out. It's this Saturday. Doors are at 7:30. Bell time's at 8. It's right over in Farmanville, New York. They always do well. And then I also know coming up this weekend, this weekend seems to be, I hate to say it, this weekend seems to be freaking indie weekend. Because not only do you have them, But you also have, you also have Immortal Championship Wrestling, an upstate New York run-in this weekend. I'll just go through that card quickly as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have some pretty good matches on there as well. We have, I actually have the card right here. An appearance from one half of APA, Mr. Ron Simmons.
Cool.
They have the Jim Carter Memorial Battle Royal. Adam Stone, who's been a former guest on this show, takes on Maddock. Again, another former guest on the show. We also have. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can pull up. Hold on. Because the graphic I'm looking at is like so small and it's crap.
And you got glasses, so that speaks a lot on the graphic of the card. Because you should be seeing it clearly.
Okay, here we go. For the Immortal Heavyweight title in a ladder match, Matt McCoy takes on Shane Stenson.
That actually sounds good.
In women's action, Journey Burke Esquire takes on Delmy XO.
I never heard of that.
It was supposed to be originally Gabby Forza, but I think something happened with her. For the Northeast title, Richie the Madman takes on Bobby Ocean. This one's going to be a good one. In tag team action, CXR takes on High Seas.
That should be good.
Also, Chris Jackson puts his belt up on the line against Sarah and Rain. Mike Skyros it will be in action against Dave Coles, and so much more. Guys, again, you don't want to miss this. This is Mortal Kombat 7. It's their first show of the year. If you're in the area, definitely go by and check it out. I always say when it comes to independent wrestling to go check it out because you never know who's going to be there.
Yeah, you never know who's going to make it.
And that's going to be there.
I remember seeing Santana Ortiz when they were like TNA champs. This is freaking awesome. Now, fast forward, Santana's the champ.
Yeah. And so coming up this weekend is actually next week is NYWC presents Psycho Circus.
Psycho Circus? Sounds
that's
crazy.
The big show of the year. Or for the NYWC Fusion Championship, Slime Ball Sage takes on Isaiah Wolf.
Okay.
Also in action, Tina San Antonio, who obviously we know she's your current Dynasty Heavyweight Women's Champion, takes on Kylie Alexa. Oh, I have no idea. Total butt.
He's having a match. He's going to fight Rick Recon.
Yeah, I know.
3 weeks. Don't want to miss that. I'm not missing that one.
And a 6-man, no teams, one championship for the heavyweight title. We have Jorge La Bestia, Jaden Vallow, Big Time Tony Bruma, Scumbag Sal Savini, Slime Time Tommy Rant, and your current champion, the Asgardian Beast himself, Cade Lothbrock.
Did you just call somebody scumbag? Who? Scumbag
Sal Savini.
Wow, that's a really awesome ring name.
And then here's one, and I can confirm now, one of these guys will be on our show probably this week, or probably I'm going to shoot to have him on next week.
We should.
The Big
O. We need to get them promoting their whole card and everything. I would love to talk to them and know more.
The Big O defends his 0-3 championship. Jay against somebody you know very well. Papa Don.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
And Papa Don will be on the show coming up very, very soon. So you're not going to miss that.
Yeah, can't miss that.
And then also one more thing I want to just give a quick shout out to is Ace, American Championship Entertainment. They do shows in Jersey. They have a show coming up on March 7th.
Like 2 or 3 weeks away.
Yeah, March 7th, called Hero Celebration. That's more to honor the owner's son, who died tragically at a very young age.
Oh man, sir. Wow.
We might have, if I can pull some strings, we might have somebody on from that show.
That's awesome. They put a show for the sun and everything. That's awesome, man.
For this one, we have in action Mike Donovan takes
There you go.
on Michael Mastretta for the Ace Fight for Flight Championship.
I saw Donovan, but I didn't see the other guy. Donovan's pretty good. I like Donovan.
We'll also have in action. Oh, here we go. Oh, God. Gabe Lothbrock takes on Astro Morales.
Okay, now those are new people to me.
Azriel takes on Roger Mendez.
I heard of Azriel. I never saw Azriel, but I heard of Azriel.
And also for the Ace Diamond Division Championship, Joey Ace takes on Rob
Ace.
Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good card.
And then obviously we should know soon as far as who will be going after the heavyweight title and will be going after the tag belts. Again, your current tag champions for Ace. Well, these are guys you've heard of before if you're a fan of independent wrestling. Danny Moff and Sean Donovan. Also known
Danny
as
Moff. It's such a beast, Danny Moff. I would not want to be in this guy's face. This guy would probably kill me alive. Like,
oh yeah,
so huge.
I'll put
Not
it this way.
tall, but it's like huge.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a very, very big boy.
Not so
Very
but
big boy.
then also you have the match coming up for him in 3 weeks for Awesome Championship Wrestling, the Fatal 4-Way match we were talking about last week. With him and Sean Donovan taking on the Now, the Righteous, and the Hardys.
The Hardys, yeah.
I mean that. But you want to talk about a tag team passing of the torch type of match? You can't get bigger than you can't get. That's probably you have literally the past, the present, and the future. In one match.
I truly think that the Hardys really dropped the ball not giving the belts to the Righteous when that time happened.
Oh yeah, I was saying, what do you
That's
think?
passing of the torch right there.
What do you think of the whole thing with the Righteous now working with the Hardys?
I don't like it. I said it since they had that match. I don't know what pay-per-view it was, but I always said it. I don't get why the Righteous were so heelish in their match with the Hardys. They lost, but then they're like hugging them and saying, "Hey, it's a good match." What? That's not the story you was telling me for the last 15, 20 minutes. I don't get it.
Like I said, guys, definitely.
Yes.
Anytime independent wrestling, and we say this weekly on the show, anytime independent wrestling comes to your area, as long as you can financially afford it, I would go.
And it would be better than this year's WrestleMania.
And also, you'd be paying a hell of a lot cheaper prices.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
You're
yes,
getting
you may have
cheaper
to get
beers.
tolls and all that stuff, but in the long run, it'd be a lot cheaper.
Hell yeah. And you'll have a lot more fun, just like people will have fun in the big event on Saturday, March 21st, where you can meet all these meet and greets with all your favorite superstars and legends. And I think I don't know if that's around your way, but it's in Brentwood, I believe. I don't know if Brentwood's close. Is Brentwood close to you?
Yeah, it is. I've been there a couple of times now. And I will say one thing. I did see a mutual friend of ours is going to be one of the talents being brought in.
Nice.
Greek Savage.
Oh, yeah. He's
They're
bringing some talent. I already spoke to him and everything. He's bringing some talent,
It's
some heavy hitting.
him, Papadon, and Savio Vega, I think, are the 3 that are being brought in.
There you go. Took it out of my mouth. Savio Vega.
Well, I was going to say, if we left it to Greek Savage, he'd be yelling it.
Yeah, we should have him on the show so he could just plug
Actually, wait a
plug it
second.
in.
Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding.
I'm about to call Savage out on something.
Ooh, what's this I'm hearing? What's going on?
You have an issue with Papadon.
Me?
No. Savage.
Oh, I don't got an issue with that guy. That guy would kill me.
But Savage has whatever thing going on with Papadon.
There's a little tension there, you could say, yes.
You're going to bring him into big event?
You got to make amends, right? Got to start somewhere. Got to
What are you
start.
gonna do? Hug and sing Kumbaya?
Well, don't forget the CCW post interview with him and Papa Don. Papa Don was not very nice to Greek Savage.
Yeah, but here's the thing: how can you? Again, I have nothing against Rick Savage at all. I have nothing against him at all. But I've seen what he does, and he's not somebody you can really sit there and say, "Oh, I trust this guy" when it comes to in ring work.
Can it be that perhaps that we do not know that maybe Savage has a plan in the back of his mind when stuff goes south?
Oh, you mean like I keep saying, like I said last week and the last couple of weeks, and you and everyone were like, "Oh, John, you know what you're talking about?" When I kept saying, "Watch, it's the whole thing is a ruse."
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I was wrong on your take.
I'm sorry. To me, we're seeing a lot more stuff with Savage and Papa Don lately. These guys are not. They haven't been in wrestling for a cup of coffee, the two of them. Combined, they've probably been in wrestling 40, 50 years. Combined.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We've been in this industry for as long as the two of them have. You're going to see stuff. You're going to know how to play, not to say what we were talking about earlier with the system, but you know how to play the system.
Does it shock you that Savage, that Greek Savage, is not even team up with PJ Savage, even though they share the last name, Savage?
I have a feeling we're going to be in line, not now, but eventually, where it's be PJ Savage versus, where it's be like Team PJ versus Team Greek. And the winner,
awesome.
the Savage last name.
That'd be awesome. Or maybe we'll finally get, maybe at Off the Rails coming to May, we'll finally get DJ Storms versus Greek Savage one-on-one, especially when Savage took a super kick to the face on the last show in Battle in the Borough.
Yeah, it's going to be, or we're going to find out that Greek Savage is actually PJ Savage's father. But again, what do I know?
Hey, they're both from the Bronx.
Yeah, you never know. But like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming up.
Yeah, a lot of great. I just want to say, I know we're gonna get off the indies, but you ran a hell of a card with the indie shows. I think they're doing amazing stuff, and for people that haven't been to an indie show, by all means, you should. I was a true hater for indie shows, John. I ain't gonna lie. I hated indie shows. I didn't want to see it. I'm like, why am I gonna pay this money for somebody that has a gimmick with leaves and plants and all that? And then you know what? I gave it a go. First show I ever went to, Creative Pro, Long Island. I drove there myself. I had the best time of my life. I know it was awesome. There was people that I interacted with in the meet and greets before the show. These people worked their asses off, all these indie wrestlers, and I'm just glad that we are, you just list all these great promotions. We are giving them a platform, and hopefully we can have them on the show, John, to talk even more about them so people are more well known to these people. But if anybody, please catch an indie show. Doesn't cost much, but I'm telling you, you're gonna have a hell of a great time. No matter
absolutely, I agree. I just want to reiterate what we talked about at the beginning of the show. We do have some changes happening to the show. Nothing bad. We're still going to be here every week. But we finally have, I talked about this earlier, we finally have a paid sponsor.
That's
and
awesome.
I want to give them a shout out again. Simply Greens. Go check them out. They're on Facebook. I think they have a website as well. I'm not 100% sure. I'm ecstatic by this. This show has been around now for 5 years. 5 years as of this November. I keep going. And I know I'm going to drive people insane that I keep bringing that up.
No, keep bringing it up.
I said to somebody today, actually. Yeah, there was a few moments I thought the show was going to be done. There was quite a few moments I thought the show was going to be done. But the show has become much bigger than I ever could anticipate it. we were just for the Royal Rumble. I don't think I told the story live on air. Jimmy J and AJ Pan, shout out to them. They do great watch parties. They just did a watch party for the Royal Rumble
Okay.
and a couple weeks ago. And myself, Amanda, and Ryan Peterson, who was the ring announcer for Creative Pro, went, including Ryan's significant other. And actually had somebody come up to me and they're like, no equipment today? You're not doing a show today? And it's stuff like that. And I bring it up for this reason. Yeah, I don't get paid to do this. None of us get paid.
No.
We do this because we have a love for the sport. And to sit here at 9:37, and yes, we have Simply Greens as part of the ATR family. But when this news drops tomorrow of this other thing I'm working on, and guys, I'll put it this way, Jay has no idea what I'm talking about.
Don't.
Because
I mean,
I want the support. And there's a reason why I'm saying why I'm doing that. I'm not doing this to keep you or Ray or Kevin out of the picture.
Oh, not at all, brother.
And it's funny. If Amanda was on here right now, she would say the same thing. I'm not even telling her. Because I want there to be that genuine reaction.
Yeah.
To this. And I keep hampering on this because when this comes through, I'm not even saying if, when this comes through, it means then that between myself, Jay, Ray, and Kevin, we have to pick up our game.
Absolutely.
Have to pick up our game. And I'm also going to speak to our tech guy behind the scenes about, with stuff for Simply Green. But as far as that goes, be on the lookout the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a QR code coming out for you to scan. Again, we'll go over this as everything becomes more official with it. But I want to thank Jay and everybody over at Simply Greens for coming on board with us. It means a lot. And definitely go check. And then also, we will be doing some live shows from there. Maybe even a watch party. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Let me put it this way. It was put in the works today.
Maybe something in the big event in March. Maybe with Jay and Seb. Maybe.
Hey, I look this way.
Maybe.
Like I said, there's a lot of big things coming down the pipe. And a lot of them we can't talk about yet on air.
Absolutely.
But guys,
I'm before we end up, I'm just gonna add to that, and I'd like, yeah, we don't get paid, but we love what we talk. We love professional wrestling. We have a passion for it, and I work insane hours. I work in a different state. I'm from New York. I work in Connecticut, and I travel every single day with no motor vehicle, taking the trains to go do what I do. But what gets me excited is talking to John, talking to Kevin, talking to Ray, talking about professional wrestling, talking about all the lovely comments we get for our fans, including David Reynolds, who's watching us right now. That's the passion I love. And it's just an honor to just be part of the team and to just kind of go strive for 5 this year and make it the best that we can make it. And I think you hit everything on all cylinders, John, and I want to appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the others as Ray and Kevin, and I'm sure we're going to do great, great things coming up, and we're going to nail it, man.
I'll put it this way. Yeah, I mean, we're still going to keep certain things the way they are behind the scenes, and again, it's not, people don't have to know about that part, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm back.
Woo! You should say it again. You say it again, but like, I'm back.
I'm back.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now I felt it. I felt it. Not that one. I felt. That.
I understand there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be upset by that, but I look at it this way. doing this show, yes, I took a lot on when in the early days of the show. I took a lot on. I'll be the first one to admit it. Between scheduling, thumbnails, booking of guests, it was all me. Hell, you can go as far as saying sponsorship packages were all created by me. But then it finally hit me. You can't do everything by yourself when you have the right team around you. And I've had, guys a part of the show who have done wonders. I mean, one of them, I will give him his flowers, is Ryan Peterson. If it wasn't for Ryan kind of giving us that, giving us that check years ago, that now, we can work with certain companies, the show would never be where it is now. So I have to thank him from the bottom of my heart. Because like I said, if it wasn't for him, the show wouldn't be where it is.
Shout out to him.
But I think now I can finally say, being a part of the show since day one, and I've seen people come and go from the show, I think now I can finally sit here and say that this is the most cohesive that this team has been is right now. And to sit here and do the show and figure out the stuff behind the scenes and try to talk to wrestlers. Yes, it's part of the podcast, but this is another part to it. It's almost extra therapy, if that makes sense. It's almost therapeutic.
Like let it out, right? Just like
you can let it out. You can say what's on your mind. And I know for a fact that 2 hours every Tuesday night, I know people are going to be tuning in. And yes, I know there may be some Tuesday nights I may not be here, for example. But I know between Ray and Jay, got to come up with a better name. Because one day I'm going to get the two of you confused and accidentally call one of you the other name.
I was watching the intro and it was like, starting Ray, Jay. I was like,
We'll figure that out later. But in all serious though,
all serious.
I am beyond grateful for everybody who has made this show what it's become. And
well, I have to thank our fans first and all, because without them, the show wouldn't even exist.
No. And it's people like David, people like Mark.
Right.
People like Billy.
Right.
I know we haven't seen Billy in a while. We haven't seen Mark in a while. That's also because we haven't been on Facebook in a while. Which that's
they're
also
busy. They're busy bees, so they're doing their thing.
Yeah, but it's also we're gonna be back on Facebook next week. Because that's one thing I'm gonna be working on this week.
Right.
Getting us back on Facebook again. But it's people like that. It's people like my girlfriend, who she may not know lickety split about pro wrestling, but she'll watch. 9 times out of 10 because I become the butt of the jokes for everything. But my point is this. I'm grateful. I'm internally grateful for what the show has become.
As you should.
And I count my lucky stars because I know as fast as the show got built up, this can all be taken away.
But it won't.
No, it's only going to get bigger and better. Now that we actually have sponsors, now we can actually do some nice, do stuff differently.
Yes.
And go back to where I know we can be, where we're going to be that go-to for pro wrestling. Yes, you have Busted Open. I'm not taking anything away from them. You have Not Sam. You have Cheap Heat.
You watch those? I can't watch them. It's like
you have Bob Culture. You have Beyond the Barricade.
That's okay.
All great podcasts.
They are.
All great shows. But we kind of, yes, we had to take Busted Open, Cheap Heat, and Not Sam out of the picture. There's a reason why we've lasted as long as we have.
Yeah, you have an identity that you created for the last, well, let's say 5 years going, and basically you stick with it. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the identity is you're giving your love, your take, your opinions to all the wrestling fans that may be watching us on YouTube and Spotify and all our social media and Facebook. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I mean, that's why you got me sucked in when I saw you from YouTube, and I was like, wow, like this show is great. Like I'm actually I have a hell of a day. You know, I travel, but I'm here for 2 hours of my time,
Yeah.
no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm a kid or my wife, and I'm listening because I'm interested. I love it. It's the passion. It's you giving back to all the fans that have been watching you for the last 5 years. So I think you're doing an amazing thing. You have big announcements coming up. The sponsors, we can't thank you enough. We truly appreciate it, and there's more to come. But I think you're doing a very beautiful thing, and for us, I can't speak on Ray or Kevin, but for me personally, I think it's truly an honor to just share every Tuesday night for 2 hours and cut the talk and shoot our stuff and I love it. I mean, this is my outside venue. This is my hobby. This is my passion. I love it. I love wrestling. I love it. It's not gonna die, no matter how much WrestleMania sucks this year.
And hold on, and here's the other difference, though. At least on this show, you can actually talk.
Yeah, I know. Instead of getting cut off and screamed at by Grease Savage when I'm trying to give a point about a wrestler, and Jesus, feels good to be able to talk and have an opinion.
I will say this
Shout out
much.
to Savage.
I appreciate everybody who watched tonight. It means a lot.
It does.
So next week we'll be back. We'll get you guys ready for the Elimination Chamber.
Can I just say one thing before we go? Can we just say that last week's show was one of the highest shows that we have got in our social media and platforms, especially on YouTube? It was one of the highest shows. So I'll let you continue, John, but I cannot thank the fans of Left. And just please follow us on the all new ATR network. You can also catch us on I-86 network. Go ahead, John. Sorry, I had to say that because it was the hottest.
Guys, I will say this. Jay said it perfectly. We're not here without you guys. And there's a reason why. I mean, yes, granted, I don't have the travel commute like Jay does. I also, when I'm at work, I'm traveling a good hour, hour and a half both ways.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times I come home Tuesdays and I'm exhausted. So, like, you know what? It's Tuesday. It's showtime. Let's fucking go.
And you know what? We could be sick. We had Ray here that couldn't talk. He talked like Batman, which I thought was awesome. He was sick, and he's cutting the passion of wrestling and giving his taste. He don't care. We sick. We like the mailman. We
Here's
sick.
okay.
Day, rain, snow, sleet.
Here's the funny thing, you want to laugh? When I used to do my show downstairs last year, I had COVID. I did the show while having. Then there was one time I did the show where I had no voice and I literally sounded like Mickey Mouse.
I'm gonna be honest. Jay had a little stomach issue last night, and Jay was kind of puking all over the place. But I am here. I'm still a little woozy, but I'm still here, and I'm here because I love everybody that's watching us. So Jay loves you all. That's right, and we cannot wait to see you every freaking Tuesday. So let's go,
guys. For Jay, I'm John. This has been the Round the Ropes Radio Show, guys. Again, check out our sponsor, Simply Greens, 406 Middle Country Road, Quorum, New York. If you need anything, edibles, cannabis, and so much more. And guys, stay tuned to all of our social medias because when this announcement drops tomorrow, I'll put it this way.
It's bigger than the crate on WWE.
Yes. And guys, I can't wait till you guys all hear this announcement. And when this announcement is made next week, maybe we'll pull in some special guests who haven't been on the show in a while.
I love it.
Wink, wink.
I love it.
Guys, again, for Jay, I'm John. This has been the Round the Ropes Radio Show. Again, guys, catch us live every 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Catch the replay if you missed it on YouTube or on anywhere that you go get your podcasts. Spotify, Apple, and so much more. Guys, again, thank you for watching. But we're out of here. Catch you guys next time.
Yep.